Welcome back to another Soundhound AI stock video. Let's talk about QQQ because before we can even talk about Soundhound, we need to talk about the stock market as a whole. I remember telling you guys in two videos that I made, one specific to the stock market and one specific to Soundhound, where I mentioned the market goes in cycles. It goes up, then it comes down. Goes up, then it comes down. That's just the nature of the beast. We can even zoom out and you'll notice huge uptrend. Look at this huge uptrend. Oops, that's not the tool I want. We'll get into Soundhound, but look at this huge uptrend here. Whew, it just kept going. Then look at that bear market. Ooh, that was a nasty bear market. Lasted for yeah, it lasted a long time. That was one hell of a bear market. It lasted pretty much almost a full year, if not the full year, before we finally reversed, and then we had a huge uptrend. Not as big as this one, but a pretty sizable uptrend, followed by 3 to 4 months of downside in a downtrend, bear market, short-term bear market, whatever you want to call it, before finally breaking out and going higher. And it's looking like we're entering a some cooling down. Let's call it that, a cooling down period. We don't know if it's going to be another bear market like this that's going to last a whole year, but what we do know is eventually things have to pull back. That's how we get the opportunity to add in cheaper. You'll notice these green arrows. What are they pointing to? And this will be relevant to Soundhound. Just when everything comes down, especially the big boys, everything else gets pulled down with it. Okay, you notice this cross under, this white line crossing under the yellow line? When did that happen? That happened on this second red candle. Let me get my arrow. So you guys, so right here is when we got confirmation of the downtrend, the start of it. This green arrow, I'm going to turn it red. And you'll notice that we not only did we cross under on this candle right here, but we're getting our second red candle for the week. So this week, if we close on a red candle, you'll notice second red candle, right? Green candle, second red candle. If we close on a strong big red candle here, it's time to be where it's just time to sit back and relax and be just very well aware that we are probably entering a temporary downtrend, possibly a longer term, year long bear market. We don't know. That's kind of like the beauty of the market. We just never know what's going to happen. The best thing we can do is do analysis like this and try to figure out, okay, just looking at the history here, looks like we might be entering a brief period of downside where things just kind of just keep going lower. I mean, I know people love stocks when they just keep going up, but I mean, we that's just a cycle. That's just how it is. We will come down eventually. That's how we get opportunities to add in cheaper on our favorite stocks. Now, this is relevant to we've been going sideways on the market here for a while. It's almost like there's a distribution happening there. Look at Nvda. Nvda leads the market. It's absolutely tanking. These are not good signs when semiconductors like Nvidia are struggling. It used to. I mean, look at this. It just ran, and now now it's starting to fall. Now people are taking profits. So that is relevant to Soundhound because if Nvidia can't even hold if Nvidia can't even hold up anymore, and we're seeing signs of a bear market potentially being the beginning of one, like this might be the start of one right here. Like this is that's relevant because every stock that you own, you're probably going to see it drop possibly 10%, 20%, maybe more depending on the stock you're holding. That's relevant to Soundhound because if this is the start of a temporary downtrend or a bear market, yeah, this is gonna come down. It's gonna come down nice, nice and cheap, $3, $2, and you just gotta look at you gotta think long term. You gotta think long term. Nvidia, you really had to buy and hold that to take advantage of all the well, it's stock split so many times that who knows how much it would be worth if it had never stock split. But you have to think long term here. But also you have to look forward and try to forecast like what could be coming next. And I'm predicting if we don't bounce this week, I'm predicting the start of a downtrend for all stocks, except for the ones with Catalyst, of course. And that's just going to bring Soundhound down to the $2 to $3 range. And that is going to be a huge opportunity for us to buy when no one wants it. Just to show you an example, Riot stock, the Bitcoin mining stock, it's been a long time since this one's been under $10. It's been a long time. In the previous bear market, this thing was down here at $4, $3. That's how cheap. Like, look at this. It was at $20. In a bear market, it can come down that cheap. I remember telling people to buy at $7, $8, $9 because that is the best time to buy when it's under $10. And all you have to do is buy it and hold it, and it'll eventually come back to 14, $12, $50, whatever. Not $50, $20. Bear markets are a thing of beauty. Do not be afraid of them. Embrace them. Soundhound, if we don't bounce, we're coming down nice and cheap. At that point, I'm just gonna wait for it to come down. Like, just wait. Let it come down as cheap as it's gonna come. I think because of the market conditions we're in, and this is not looking good either. Here's something else that's not looking good. You look at the weekly. You notice anything about that white line crossing under the yellow right here? This is gonna be a longer video than I expected, but you notice something? It crossed under, and this fat red candle. Look what's happening. Ooh, ooh. Like, sheesh. That's my prediction right there. And look what happened after that cross under. What happened, guys? We still got more downside. We still moved down a whole dollar. Wait, no, not a whole dollar. Did we move down a whole dollar after that? Yeah. We moved about 40 cents to a dollar, depending on how you want to see it. Because it opened here. No, not here. It opened here, came down as low as 240, then it still came down as low as 180. So about 60 cents to a dollar move down. More down, so it's like a dollar more downside even after the cross under on the weekly chart, mind you. It still has time to play out, which is why I'm saying there's still an opportunity that we hold above 486. But with what's going on overall in the markets, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if Nvidia can't hold, if QQQ can't hold, if all the big boys start coming down like that. We're gonna see just a shift. The Bears are right now. They're getting their their what is getting hard right now. They're frothing at the mouth because this is the first time where there's been signs of, oh my god, like this might be the top here, and this is a sign of a top here when you start seeing this kind of pattern. Yeah, we have not broken out or broken down, and it's looking ready to go down. We're seeing a lot more selling pressure than buying pressure. Even the MACD, you'll notice it's like we're going sideways, but the MACD is pointing to downside. So like everything's just lining up. Um, so that's how I look at the market. I don't just look at Soundhound on its own. I also have to look at what's going on in the world, what's going on with the big boys like Nvidia. I mean, Nvidia is the one that invested in Soundhound, so of course it's relevant and important to keep an eye on Nvidia as well. Um, I thought, look at this. This is just selling pressure after selling pressure. Um, my game plan is pretty simple moving forward. Wait for Soundhound and Nvidia to get cheap, nice and cheap, and buy both. I think that is the game plan. Because Nvidia, hopefully you guys are still buying Nvidia. Nvidia, I remember telling people to buy Nvidia at around 480, 420, and people thought I was crazy. And I'm like, no, this is technology isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Just look around you. There's gonna be robots one day. They're already out there in its infancy, but like, yeah, they're not gonna serve you, cake in the morning or pancakes or whatever, bacon and eggs. guess depends on what country you're from, but you get the point. Or if you're Indian, you probably eat soup and bananas. I don't know. At least that's what my old Indian boss would tell me. Yep, I just eat soup and bananas. Okay, sir. You have fun with your soup and bananas. That is it for the video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully, you took something away from this. Always make sure to look at the market as a whole, not just Soundhound on its own. Because if you look at Soundhound on its own, you might, buy at the wrong point. It's always important to look at Nvidia because Nvidia did invest in them. So if Nvidia can't even hold up its gains, if it can't keep creating higher highs and higher lows, probably not a good sign. All right, see you guys.